Atypical minds in a stereotypical world. Otto didn't look at his mommy the same way other children did. Otto didn't peek-a-boo every time his daddy did. Like any other baby, Otto wanted to smile, but he didn't know what that meant. And every time I tried to touch to comfort, it turned out to be a terrible accident. With time, I realized Otto was unique. Focused on self-needs, his desires were concrete. He flapped and rocked and twiddled and knocked. He flapped and rocked and twiddled and knocked every time the emotions were a little too much. And when I took him to a doctor, as human as you and me, he told my boy was autistic, and there wasn't a cure as such. He was fixated to routines, always fidgeting with his toy trains. Restricted speech and intelligence not at par with what they considered normal brains. But in a world with 1 billion people and skins of every hue, who decides how you choose to define the IQ? In a world where every parent wishes their child to have an extraordinarily unique skill, why does only a little boy with a neurodivergent professor pay the bill? When asked, the misguided Messiah in white said, "A few lucky ones with Asperger's who function high might excel in a specific sphere, whereas the ones with childhood disintegrative disorder are too regressive to even care. No longer are considered autistic the girls who suffer from Rett. The boys die in utero paying an inescapable debt. A development pervasively disordered. That's how genius men decided this condition shall hereafter be honored. Cursed by obsessions and compulsions, fascinated by logic in trivial things. Among blind men, yet unable to see the whole, savants would be celebrated as one-eyed kings. They profess, and I accept, autism is a spectrum. Not all brains are born the same. But my soul disagrees when they call it yet another diseased mind game. To answer, why my boy? Genetics, valproate, and increased paternal age all stand strong against the vaccination pseudo-rage. The management, they say, is supportive, collaborative, behavioral modification. Heavy words, and there still is no cure. But is autism even a disease? Are we really, really sure? A brain that's wired different is not necessarily a mind that's diseased. Atypical minds in a stereotypical world, they would rather be only if we could change how being normal was perceived, only if we could change how being normal was perceived.